Today I want to talk again about another Wim Hof method, which is called exposure, and it's done obviously gradually, and it has loads of benefits. Loads of benefits. I mean, one of them is, for example, that when we do the cold exposure, we are exposing ourselves, and we increasing the stress response, which is increasing our stress hormone cortisol, which in turn helps with fighting any diseases because it decreases inflammation in our body. Another good benefit is that it increases number of white cells in our bloodstream, which also helps with fighting any kind of diseases in our body. He is talking here that ice baths, for example, so ice baths obviously are a little bit advanced method. I would like to talk about mostly showers, cold showers, but Wim Hof himself, he can do ice baths for a very long time, anywhere from 80 minutes to 120 minutes, and it has effects after even 6 days. When Hof was in ice bath for more than 80 minutes, his metabolic rate increased by 300%. So he basically tripled his metabolic rate. That increases heat production in his body. So he's getting himself warmer in the ice bath. He is able to do that. He turns his heating system in his body to 3 times the normal rate. As I said, the daily cold showers will increase the number of white blood cells, which then they can combat diseases much better. Metabolic rate increases to keep the body warm, obviously. The immune system is activated, which release of more white blood cells. And Hof is able to generate 30 to 50% more body heat, which is a lot. This might be explained by the presence of brown fat in his body. So this is very important as well and very interesting. Brown fat. Brown fat is actually quite beneficial to us because it's almost acting like a muscle. It's active tissue, which is actually burning calories, or it's basically generating heat. So newborn babies, for example, have high brown fat levels, and that's because they can't really generate their heat temperature very well. So they have this brown fat, which they can activate. The brown fat can activate and start to bring up your body temperature when the temperature around you is getting lower. That's why the babies have it. So many adults don't have any brown fat, but some adults still do, including Hof. And it's because it can be activated by cold. Even at already 18 degrees Celsius, the brown fat is removed to provide heat for the body. Then he says that overweight people had very little or almost no brown fat. It has been done, studies has been done on this. Brown fat can be retained by means of low temperature training. Okay, so this is the thing. This is maybe the reason why Wim Hof is still retaining the brown fat, because he's constantly training his body in low temperature training. So it doesn't really matter what age you are, as long as you practice this, it's activated by cold exposure. Hof was also able to achieve body temperature below crucial limit, which is 32.2 degrees Celsius, and was able to increase it back to 36.4 Celsius degrees without external heat, which is amazing. So normally when you get so low into this crucial limit, 32.2 degrees Celsius, normally you would need some kind of radiator or some kind of heater to get you back to 36, 37 degrees. But he was able to do it on his own. He also says that exposure to cold has a very strong psychological effect. Yeah, I've been doing this now. I've been exposing myself to cold showers for the last 2 weeks, and yeah, I do feel much more refreshed, energized when I do that. My body wakes up. It really stimulates my nervous system. So I would definitely recommend it. I would suggest that you start with warm shower for maybe minute and a half, and then you switch off the the hot water, and you just let the cold water run, and you are in cold shower for about 30 seconds. Perhaps you can go again back to warm water, warm shower for another minute and a half, and then try again 30 seconds to go into cold shower. So this is how you can start, maybe first week or two, just to play with hot, with the warm shower, and then you go into cold exposure for only 30 seconds, just to get your body used to it a little bit. All right, if you have any questions, just post the comments below. I would be interested to hear what's your experience if you do any kind of cold exposure.